is up? Welcome to the Tailgate Show. What's going on, boys? It's Double A, it's Air Jer, it's B Diddy. What's happening? What's cracking? What's the deal?
Well, we were told that
pour one.
Good, Jer.
Pour one out for your homies.
Who's our homies? We don't have no
pour
homies.
One out for your homie.
We were told that there was going to be some really upsetting news for Bears fans, and Rodgers didn't show up, and Julio went to Tennessee. So, sources, huh?
sources, bro.
He got them sauces.
Oh, dude thought he was the Source Awards. He was not.
Hey, sourced out, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
stuff. Yeah, I mean, like
Rodgers was a no-show.
Yeah, Rodgers was a no-show, which should surprise absolutely nobody. But Packer fans have been clinging to hope beyond hope that their boy was going to ride in the back of a pickup truck. Like, he's not one of you fucks.
No.
Like, he's never been one of you. Like, he's tolerated your shit for 17 years, you fucking weirdos up there. Like, he's not coming back and saving your ass. He's like, I already got you a ring.
You can go to Wisconsin or just kind of hang out in Hawaii.
Well, he's also a California guy, like snooty California.
And he's a fuck. And like people all day, I'm talking with people like, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? It's like, he's got beef, but he's also a dick. Like, this is a man that hates his family and his family hates him back. Like, show me another professional athlete who's had their brother just ruin them on Twitter. Like, his brother goes bonanza on him, Jumanji style on him on Twitter. Like, no other. Could you imagine if, like, I don't know, Lamar Jackson, your favorite guy's brother, went ape on him, like, on Twitter like that? It would be such a scandal.
Lamar would have him removed.
If Russell Wilson's brother, if fucking, I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy how that gets glossed over, and part of it's because there's no media there. It's like the media that goes is like, Jed from the Sears and Roebuck catalog. What do you have to ask about the Packers? Tom from the Purina Dog Food Factory Gazette.
No, it's Farm and Fleet, bro. Farm and Fleet.
The Farm and Fleet.
There was always talk like Rodgers was very similar to Jay. It's just Rodgers won. More and had more success, but they're the same kind of prickly attitude.
It's like
they're assholes.
Yes.
I do like Jay's personality though.
Right, and Aaron Rodgers, much like Jay, has kind of unleashed this sort of cool side that he's been on Pat McAfee, and I think he's fucking horrible on Jeopardy. Like, I don't know why
guy
anyone
listens to McAfee. I'm just not into it.
Jocking him.
I like McAfee.
It's very barstoolish. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's where you got to start.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, I think that with doing the show that we do, I don't know if we can really hate on McAfee. Like, we kind of do the same similar.
Sure. Yeah.
But like, it's like. I mean, I respect the shit out of McAfee because he is literally doing whatever he wanted. He told Barstool, "Fuck you, I don't need your ass," and he just went to the moon, dude. Like, he fucking to the moon. Like, he's big dog, does whatever he wants, says fuckity fuck, and gets the biggest guests. Stands there in his fucking tank top and his shorts, and just, dude. I mean, I can't think of a bad thing to say about that dude. Is living the fucking dream.
Oh no, it's just sometimes this guy listens to it hours on end. I'm just like, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't tune into Pat McAfee and listen to 2 hours of him. No,
Pagano was on today though.
Really?
Oh yeah, on his show.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Say a whole lot of nothing.
He said that Rodgers is the reason I left Chicago. He goes, if I knew he wasn't gonna come back, I would have stayed.
No way! He fucking really said that? Are you lying? Are you fucking serious?
I think he was joking around, but I was like, damn.
No, he wasn't. Like, he was, but he wasn't, bro, because that's 100% true. That shit, Rodgers basically, cut fucking Pagano out of the Bears like a infected.
He was basically saying, you do not let that guy go. You do whatever it freaking takes. You take time away from your team and go meet with him. Like,
yes. But
No,
that's the thing is
Keep
that's
doing
what's
the thing,
not.
Packers.
That's what's exactly not happening, and that's why he's not coming back.
And Adam Hogue, man, I mean, he nailed it when they started restructuring things there. Like, you knew, like, Adam jumped on it quick. He's like, this shit's gonna hit the fan. It took a lot longer than we expected, but man.
Well, and like, I just think that it's funny to see it play out because Gutekunst and Mark Murphy are not going to him and being like, oh, please come back. Like, they're basically just like, fuck. I know that supposedly they're giving him big contract offers, but he doesn't care. He has $240 million in the bank. He doesn't care.
Well,
like $90,000 for camp fines. He don't give a fuck.
It's a weird dynamic though, because he doesn't care. He claims to say it's not about the money. He doesn't care, but he never did what Brady did in New England and took hits to bring other guys in.
Right.
Like, the complaint was, I'm not getting talent, but at the same time, you're not freeing up money to
it's very Brett Favre-ish. Very Brett Favre-ish.
You think so though? Because Brett was doing it on contract years though. Like, this guy has 3 years left on his deal, including this season.
It's not the way it works nowadays, though. That everybody's after that next contract.
Yeah, but Brett was just doing 1-year deals, and every year it was drama. Like, this is a little different.
What I think is that it's just been building and building and building with him, and it's the little insults. It's the little, we didn't ask you who you wanted as a coach. You got rid of your quarterback coach. We got rid of Jordy Nelson. We got rid of Jake Kumaro. We never draft any offense. We don't sign big free agent offensive player. And it's just been adding up and adding up and adding up and adding up. And he went on a fucking fully fledged revenge tour this past season and scorched earth everybody. But then LaFleur and him both fucked up. He fucked up by not running for the first down, and then LaFleur fucked up by pulling him off the field and kicking a field goal when they were, like, it just made no sense.
Right.
Like, you give them too much fucking time. So he's just been stewing and stewing and stewing and stewing, and then he watches The Last Dance, and he starts spinning in his mind. And this is, I mean, people said that he's been calling Gutekunst Jerry Krause to people. Like, and this shit, they fucked with him. And then he sees Tom Brady go and just like, Tom Brady.
Gutekunst has been there 16 years. Like, he's not.
But he wasn't been the GM for that long.
But he's been
the Ted Thompson holdover, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? So maybe there's a grudge even from before. Yeah. I mean, maybe he's like fucking, he's been there the exact same time as Rodgers. I mean, there's got to be some, Rodgers is next level petty. Like, he's like, like grandma petty. Like, he remembers shit from fucking decades ago and brings it up on your ass,
I talked to my father about it, who is a Packer fan. He's to the point where he's like, fuck it, trade, like, get out then if you don't want to be part of it.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's what's, it's kind of interesting.
Like, well, of course we want to see that, but I'm saying, like, this is horrible for the message for the team.
Oh,
like, they're walking a tightrope right now. It's like, you don't want to send a message to the players that one guy can fucking just do this. Like,
and Jordan Love apparently is looking fucking atrocious at camp too.
Oh,
like, Blake Bortles is gonna beat his ass.
Did you see him warming up the other day? It was like pretty bad. Bortles is just like.
Bro, the
thing is, without Rodgers, this team is not that good. Like, they have been living off of having 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I mean, you look at like Favre, they would just bring in these no-name receivers that would become really, really good because of they have quarterbacks that make people better.
Yeah, all I know is that Adrian Amos is like A-Rob, and he's just like, let's just tweet about basketball all of a sudden. You know what I mean? He ain't tweeting about nothing anymore. He's not gonna be tweeting about football when he gets his ass Blake Bortles. Like, You imagine being stuck up in Green Bay with Blake Bortles? Yikes.
We were stuck with Mr. Trubisky, so yes, I
Yeah,
can't
but
imagine it.
at least we had a defense. You know what I mean?
Sorta.
Like, we had a defense. Dude, I mean, like, as much as I say 2018 is so irrelevant now and I don't want to talk about it anymore. And
Don't talk about it. No.
I'm just saying 2018 was a thing, man. And, like, at some point, I'll be able to look back on that and properly appreciate it without bitterness.
I don't think
came to follow.
Nothing's irrelevant because if you look at the good seasons we had, if we had a franchise QB, we had a team that was. It is very relevant to where we are now because we feel like we finally got that franchise quarterback.
Right. Well, you know what's crazy is that like I've been having this thought that I don't think Andy Dalton's gonna play badly. Like I think he's gonna start the season and I think he's gonna play pretty good. Like, and I'm so here for it, bro. I would love it if Nagy gets completely vindicated because Andy Dalton comes in here and just laser beams shit. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Like I would love it. And then Justin gets to chill, and maybe they don't win games or whatever. Or maybe they do win games. Who fucking cares? I don't care. But if Nagy gets vindicated, I'll be happy.
So Andy Dalton's going to play well, but you don't care if we win games.
No, I think.
I think if he plays well, we will win games.
All reports so far is that he's doing really well at camp.
Did you hear any reports today? Because they didn't say shit.
I didn't see.
They went 0 dark 30.
You got like a video of Staley running through a cafeteria or some shit. I don't.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I don't.
They've done a good
it.
job
like,
on.
Every other team is in regular camp, but we had to pull some weight. We take a week off, bullshit, and so we're a week behind everybody now.
On some Area 51 shit today.
But I'm saying, like, why do they always do weird shit like this? Like, Nagy's always trying some weird shit. It's like, did Andy Reid teach you this trick too, you stupid ass, with the jet lag and the...
Stay tuned for the next episode of 1920 Football Drive.
Yeah, which was cool, but like I felt like I saw all of it anyway. I mean, maybe like I already saw all that content. I want new content, you fucks. Like I saw all that shit. You just slapped it together, and I couldn't help but thinking, like, damn, you know what? Like, we've debunked this, but Justin Fields was not happy when he got drafted. I'm sorry, he was in a dark place, and I don't mind it at all. But there's a lot of people trying to spin it and show those pictures of him smiling afterwards. But when he got the call, he was like he was in a dark place. I feel like.
I think he feels like he was the better quarterback of the two.
Absolutely, and he probably was.
I don't think that. I think even if he was drafted second overall as a quarterback, he would have been that way. He if you watch him, like even back to his QB1 days, he's very straight. Like just like not much emotion. Yeah, he's just super dialed in, and he like that light side of him doesn't really come out much. Nah. You know what I mean?
It does,
he's all about business.
But also he'll do the TikTok dances. I mean, let's not make him like he's fucking Jason Bourne. Like
no, but when it comes to this stuff, I don't think that's not the moment he wants to celebrate. He wants to celebrate winning championships.
I agree, but I'm telling you the vibe, like especially when you juxtapose it against the Thomas Graham, everyone's just screaming and he can't like. I just think it was funny. Like I think it's meaningless, and I think it's just who he is, and I don't really care about it. When watching that again, I was like, oh damn, like there's something to him, kind of giving sort of tepid response at that moment. You know what I mean?
Well,
like he's about it now.
He went through a lot of bullshit though. A lot of
he got fucked with.
And even at his pro day, he had a chip. Like they interviewed him after his pro day, and he's like, I can't wait to play the teams that didn't draft me.
If you pick up that in 1920 where he talks about his wanting to win and being driven to be the best. Remember, that was a narrative that was being spun that he had to go out there and deal with all that shit, and then it was just like
no. Like I said, I don't think it's a knock on him. It just kind of struck me again, and I was just like, okay, like show us some new content, like Jesus, the Flippo show.
Remember, we're not so far removed of no content.
I agree, it's cool, but I just like, I'm ready for episode 2 already, and apparently,
Right.
it's like we're just not. I mean, like they basically pretended practice didn't happen today. They were like, "What if we just didn't tweet about it? We already jerked with everybody. They don't know what the schedule is."
I'm just wondering if like guys didn't show up and they were like, "Fuck this."
Nah, I don't think so.
Like, Rob not showing up or something.
Rob's not going to show up because it's still OTAs for us.
Dan Weeder knocked it out of the park too with these guys not showing up last week. Like you were talking like with Desai. Oh, they're going to play hard for him. They don't even fucking show up. I'm sorry, I don't understand the stance at the really like you're going to do walkthroughs basically. Like
Desai got punked.
Man, I mean that was most of the defense.
Yeah. Well, and like when I heard like
Weeder was like, we're 8-8. It's not like we're coming off a fucking Super Bowl here.
Jalen Johnson didn't show up. Like really? Like
Roquan
Kendall Vildor didn't show up. Really? Like
it's not cool. That wouldn't have happened if Vic was here. That didn't happen when Lovey was here.
Nah, like, definitely wouldn't. Yeah.
Like veterans almost put pressure on each other. Like
right. Well, and, yeah, because that's it goes. It just goes back to the same old divide between the rank and file and the young players and the older veterans. The older veterans are always trying to pull some fucking power moves, and it never fucking works because the younger rank and file players are like, "Fuck you, I need to eat." Like we're not, you're making fucking 20 mil. I'm making fucking 750 grand. Like, shut up.
Most of the offense showed up though, like, and the heart and soul of this team has always been the defense, the leaders, and all this stuff. Like, what message does that send? And not only that, but like they didn't show up, but like they're out there stunting around. Eddie Jackson's on a fucking boat in his pajamas, and chilling with fucking Bentleys and shit. Like he's out there just flexing and being like an Instagram star while like dudes are at camp. Like, come on, just like lay low, bro. Like nobody cares about your number 4. Like this make or break for him this season, as far as I'm concerned. Like you better get back to that, that thing again, or just we can just like? What's he got? Big and long pause. No, I'm not saying this isn't probably going to have a huge impact on their performance, but like you still have a new DC with, I'm sure there's new wrinkles in what he wants to do with this defense, and to be able to introduce that to these guys, like I wasn't a fan of them.
Like at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a bummer. Like it's just like, come on, like.
But the culture shit, the culture shit we always hear about, like
it's bullshit. All that shit, no matter what, it just exists if you're winning.
And I'm speaking in a vacuum. I didn't look at everybody that didn't show up from every team, but most of our defense seemed odd to me.
I don't even care about comparing it to other teams because every team has a different culture. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I think, you've seen around the league a lot of veterans not there, but you've also seen Tom Brady's there.
Brady wasn't. Tom Brady's there now. That's mandatory.
But I thought he was in OTAs.
Brady never, even in New England, Brady didn't show up to OTAs. He worked out in California.
Well, whatever. But anyway, you're right. It just doesn't really sit well with me. It's okay. It's not going to be a thing. But I feel like the defense is like, yeah. We're excited about Justin Fields, but I think like there's a vibe of like they're the aging defense. They got one foot out the door. A lot of them. They're at the end of the deals.
So show up.
I know, but I'm just saying this. I just feel like who's leading them, right? Like the guys that are leading them. It's Mac, who's on his own island and nobody fucks with him. Akeem Hicks, who's on his last season. He's a mixed bag. I love Akeem. So cool, such a real dude, but like he's a conflicted dude. Like he's got a lot going on that he wears on his sleeve. Like I think he feels some type of way that he wasn't extended, and they haven't shown a longer commitment to him at this point.
They drafted a defensive tackle.
And they keep drafting defensive tackles. And you have to, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, like Akeem, I think Akeem is their leader, and as him and Mac go, the rest of them go. Like, if Akeem and Mac showed up, the rest of those guys would be there.
Right on.
Eddie Jackson isn't leading anybody, but he's certainly following. And if the big dogs are like, "No, we're not going," Eddie's like, "Cool, I'm gonna chill on my boat."
See, old school coach, you put the C on Roquan for showing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
He's gonna be making the calls, so
yeah. I mean, like that's what.
I mean, really, like on this whole defense, our future piece, Roquan's the biggest future piece we have on this defense.
Yeah, Roquan is. I did that list. Somebody put out a thing. It was like, U Stadium, name the top players under 25, non-rookie, non-QB on your team. And I was like, oh shit, we kind of have a lot. Like we have Roquan Smith,
Bilal Nichols.
But before that, Roquan, we have David Montgomery, of Darnell Mooney. That's the top 3. Then you have Nichols. Then you have Komet. Then you have James Daniels. Then you have Mustafa.
Yep.
That's a lot of young guys. Like everybody wants to be, they're the oldest, and I already fucking went on a rant about this, but that the oldest is like 6 months. I understand there's some.
No, it's just where the age is at and how important that is.
I agree. Like I don't know. I think it's probably not going to be a thing, but it's just hard to know what this season's going to be right now. Like
I like you guys bringing up the point about Vildor and the DBs not being there. Whenever there's a decisive opening, there's an opening there, and you're not here to fight for it.
Yeah,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Was Vildor did show up? I thought though.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think anyone did.
Oh,
maybe he did now. I don't know, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anybody put out like a definitive list of who was there and who wasn't. But Johns was talking about.
Yeah,
I think said Vildor wasn't there.
None of it. It seemed like none of the DBs. Artie Burns wasn't there. All these.
Yeah, like noticeable absences, like kind of weird. Like, and it's not from like established dudes because like without Fuller, who's really established? I mean, Tayshaun Gibson is a vet. He's not a vet of the Bears. Like
Trufant was there, wasn't he?
No,
we just got him.
He wasn't there.
There was some cornerbacks there though. I know that.
It was like Graham and Roberson and fucking I don't know who else.
I thought Trufant was there.
Duke Shelley was there, and I don't know. I don't know Trufant, but maybe they're all hiding in the building. And don't worry, Nagy says they're all going to Zoom class. Okay.
You did get some Cole Kmet news too. Evidently, Cole's looking much better this year so far.
I hadn't heard that. Is he?
Well, evidently, he got a couple over on Roquan.
Okay.
He got a couple over on Roquan with no other starters on the field.
All right, that's true.
It's kind of.
Well, I'm interested. I know it's all about the pass rush, but I'll tell you what, I'm very interested to see how the secondary takes shape because we've talked about this. You brought this up a number of times, Brian. Like, that's fucking Sean Desai's unit that looked like trash for the past 2 seasons. Like, so it's like, are you so passive that you let Pagano actually coach DBs? Because Pagano was a DB coach, so you could entertain the idea that Pagano maybe was throwing his weight around in the DB room, and Desai wasn't really. But it's as you mentioned, Diddy, it's troubling that the guy whose unit got promoted had a shitty year last year.
Yeah, it's frustrating too. Like we always complain about why you're dropping a guy that should be rushing the passer back in coverage, but that's the basis of a 3-4. You want you want their best offensive lineman to be fucking lost in the shuffle. Right. So like you're going to drop that guy back in order for him to be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And bring a blitz from somewhere else. It's just not happening. Like when it works perfectly, it's not frustrating to watch. You know what I mean? But
no, of course. But it is sometimes. Man, we got frustrated. We yelled at
remember
Fangio.
Guys had to cover for a long time too because the pass rush never got home.
Well, when you're dropping Mac back and Floyd wasn't getting in, or you're dropping Mac
you're
back
talking
and Quinn isn't getting in, like
3.5, 4.5 seconds to throw a fucking football. That's forever.
Right. Fangio or last year.
And we need those bigs in front when we are in 3-4 to keep.
People are trying to sell. Yeah, that's a new thing that people are trying to sell because somebody put out some stat about disruptions. I think it was Next Gen Stats put out a thing that Robert Quinn was like top 10 in disruptions or something.
He was getting. He did get close. He just didn't finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
define disruption. Is it? I mean, what's a disruption?
Throwing the quarterback off their spot, probably, Jer, making a move in the pocket.
I would say that, or causing a guy to shift their assignment to you, that kind of thing. I would say they probably chart that as like you said, quarterback having to move, arm angle change. That kind of stuff. So it's fucking minor. Like at the end of the day, I'm not giving Robert Quinn a pass in any way, shape, or form. And I see people like low key agreeing with that on Twitter. Oh yeah, well he did play much better towards the end of the year. Get the fuck out of here! Like that guy was a straight bum all year. Like the same bull rush on the outside.
He's a damn thief.
He's a hand in the dirt guy, so he's not really a stand-up outside guy.
Right. Shout out to fucking, our guy Raul, who told us, and we wouldn't listen, that he was not a good fit, and we were gonna regret getting rid of Leonard Floyd, and we were like, nah, and then fuck.
But I mean, his foot was also injured, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Foot injured. Okay. Like I don't know. He better show up. I mean, honestly, when we're in
3-4, though, we need the big guys up front to actually keep those guys off our linebackers.
Right.
I don't want to see them penetrating. Like you want to see them just clogging up, making the pocket collapse, and letting the guys in back do their thing.
Yeah,
I'm concerned with what's going to happen at the other linebacker spot. Trevathan looked rough last year.
Well, remember we signed Christian Jones, which is very capable backup still.
He's definitely added a lot better depth than we had.
Yeah, I mean Christian Jones is. I mean, I don't know if there's
the backup is a backup. He's not.
Yes, but he started a lot of games. For the Lions. Well, whatever. He's still been a very capable linebacker. He's going to take one of Josh Woods or Iggy's job for sure. Like those guys better play their ass off on special teams because they're in trouble for a roster spot. Iggy and Josh Woods,
I mean, this Snowden kid, right? Like he is undersized, but he's super athletic and he can drop back and clog up passing lanes. He's good at that. Well, what I'm saying, he's got a basketball player build, right? But like,
right.
What I'm saying is if you put him in, that's a guy you want to drop back in coverage. You can switch sides with Mac, have that guy be the guy that drops back in coverage.
Yeah, but once you do that, once the guy does that, they know it's like, oh, well, he's in. Once they sub that person, he's the coverage guy.
Well, fine. But if you put him on the same side as the left tackle, you're they're wasting their left tackle. Do you know what I mean? So then you let Mac eat.
Or you don't even bother with it.
Like Leonard Floyd was supposed to be Javon Curse, right? And he wasn't. And he was super frustrating. Fangio, Floyd was supposed to be like a Javon Curse, the slight build, but the crazy bend, like
fast off the edge was.
Yes, supposed to have crazy speed. Nobody questioned that Leonard Floyd pick. Everybody thought that was a great pick.
Yeah, now that's going a little far.
I think a lot of people had praise for that pick.
I never
the
thought
Giants were hot onto Floyd. Like people wanted him. You know what I mean? Like he was a sought after, a player.
Curse was a defensive end, dude.
Is that he was a bust early on, but Fangio taught him how to do something else and completely extended his career. Like he could have kept just being that. Guy who can't get home, he's a bust. But Fangio was like, no, you're athletic enough that you can do other shit. And most of the time, like I said, it was frustrating as hell. because it felt like he wasn't doing anything. But we were wrong about that.
Who actually compared him to Javon Curse? Like we need to have that person. Oh, damn. Dude, Curse
we
was
have that guy on.
Yeah, Curse was a defensive end, like an elite defensive end.
What? The sell was speed. Now the sell on Leonard Floyd was speed and length. He had long arms. Light. There was the sell.
Curse had power,
and he played inside and outside. So he played inside.
Yeah, but Curse was small, though. I mean, that's the thing about Floyd. Is like the first time I didn't mind the pick. I was like, oh, that's a cool pick. But then I saw him and I was like, oh my god, this guy is like skinny as hell. Like he looks like Scottie Pippen. Like his, like his.
Who I liked in that draft. It wasn't him.
Like his so thin. Like I was like, that guy can't play defense. Like. I don't know, but then I don't know. So he had his flash.
Curse was 6'4", 265.
Okay, so what's Floyd?
I don't
barely
215,
30, 215,
215. No,
he came in at camp at 215, and they wanted him to put more weight on. Yes.
Oh my god, that's insane. I thought he was at least like 230, 240.
Water weight, he was 230.
No, he's 240 now.
Right, but I think Jared's right. He was skinny as hell.
Really crazy. He had to change his whole diet thing. It was a fucking mess.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that guy could be somebody. Snowden, I think that could be a steal. This Graham kid that fell because he sat out could be a steal.
I really like Snowden. I'm really interested to see him get on the field.
I like the Atachu signing. I mean, he just like there's been whether it's Mingo or Kevin Pierre-Louis or like Mario Edwards, like Pace. It's like we've ripped him, but Pace has been shrewd with these mid-season, off-season little like reclamation projects, especially with the defense. Like he finds these guys that show something, and hopefully it wasn't Jay Rodgers doing all of it. We'll find out. But he finds these dudes and they're gems. You know what I mean? Like they end up contributing, and that's what you have to do. I mean, we need more of those guys on the offense because every season, for teams that go far, there has to be a couple of guys who you didn't think was going to contribute, and they end up having, an important contribution.
Oh, that's the year. That's the year Laramie Tunsil was drafted. That's who I thought we were trading up for.
Yeah,
we traded up from 11 to 9.
They wouldn't have done that after the Bond gas mask. Virginia would have had a heart attack.
Was that the Todd? No, that wasn't Gurley, right? Kevin White was the Gurley, or was it Todd Gurley?
I'm looking at top 32. Let's see.
What?
It's one of those years we passed the Todd Gurley.
Right.
Laramie Tunsil, Jack Conklin.
It wasn't that year.
No, I wanted the linebacker that went to the Falcons.
It was like 15. I think it was like 2015, wasn't it? Or 16? Probably 15 at this point. Gurley's been in the league a long time. I don't know. Anyway.
It was either White or Floyd we picked over Gurley.
Shout out to the speaking of Todd Gurley, that the Lions keep thinking they're going to end up with him. Shout out to the yes, Johnny Bears helping us out. Says 15 was Gurley. So
thank you.
I think I guessed every single year, but I was right. I guessed 15.
Well, you guess them all. You're
no, but the Lions keep acting like maybe Todd Gurley's coming to them. And how about the Lions putting out those fire hats? Oh my God! Like they really did something there. Like how do you not realize?
Like you could have come out Boston and just put a big D.
Yeah, well, like I think they've had hats like that before. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. They don't want to take the Tigers' mojo, or Dallas has the D hats.
Do something other than put a giant L on your hat.
Literally put a giant fucking L on a hat. Like the team that has gone 0-16, the team with the bag head pictures, the team that ran Calvin Johnson and fucking Barry Sanders out of town. Like the team, like that team made a hat with fucking a giant L on it. Like you can't even make this shit up. It's just so amazing. Like the Lions are just the gift that keeps on giving. Like I just every time you think they've gone to the lowest depths of patheticness and just goofiness and like what they just go lower. It's so unbelievably amazing. I don't know how people stay fans of them.
Lion's gonna lion though. Lion's gonna lion.
Absolutely. Like, but is there a more abusive relationship in all of sports than Lions fans and their team? Like, like
you just now a Bears fan? You just now getting there?
Dude, no. The Bears tradition and the history and the 85 and the cultural significance and don't even for a second equate being a Lions fan with being a Bears fan. Just the fucking Da Bears stuff and all of that alone. We could eat off that for 100 more years and we will. Nothing that cool has ever happened in the history of the Lions.
I don't think we eat off that for another 100 years, but...
Well, but it's the whole franchise. I mean, that's the identity of it. What is the identity of the Lions franchise? Thanksgiving?
Barry Sanders.
Exactly. And he fucking, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, the Bears, like, yes, the Bears haven't won as much, and you can throw out stats, this and that, but if the Bears, don't do anything, they're still eminently cooler. It's eminently cooler to be a Bears fan than it will ever be to be a Lions fan. Even if the Lions win more, like it's just not going to change. Like the Lions are they're just poverty franchise.
Which has been funny because I seen Green Bay Packer fans on Twitter throwing poverty franchise at us. Hallis bailed you your ass out. You wouldn't even be in existence if Hallis didn't bail you out of debt.
Yeah,
so
like, get the fuck out of here. Like, fucking Packer fans are so in their feelings.
Paper ass owners.
Making stupid lists and shit. I don't know how to feel that I'm not on any of those lists. I
forgot to bring that up. Yeah. I mean,
I'm not even on those lists with that fucking guy. Like the guy Packer Bob.
I got put on it.
I got put on.
Are you on one?
I'm on 2 of them. I'm on
what the fuck? I mean, I must be sleeping on the like they don't. I don't know. I was like, do I have this dude blocked? Like I had to check. Like, I was like, how am I? I was like, all right. I guess you don't want that smoke, or I guess I'm not as cool as I thought because it's almost like a badge of honor.
Yeah, I mean, I started just tweeting out trolling shit once I got added to the list because I knew they'd see it.
Yeah, right. Definitely. Well, that's why I was like, oh, this is kind of a dope list. They got some guys, like some.
We got a squad, Twitter squad.
Yeah, exactly. Got some people that are not retiring from podcasts.
Yeah. We'll hit on that later. I guess.
Get on a fucking like the motherfuckers acting like they're Lou Gehrig and shit.
I just don't.
Today, I consider myself, the luckiest podcaster in the world.
These last 3 years have been the best years of my life.
Bro.
I just want to be a fan.
The pressure of
talking with you boys and having fun.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why
every week I have to come up with a new beer to review.
Like Kenny Mayne, I get like doing something for that dude, but like people that do what we do, it's like nobody cares. If we left tomorrow, nobody would give two shits.
Bro,
and if we do, like we were talking about, if we do, just fade to black. Like that's it,
bro. Like
I'll just like
like and nobody will give a fuck.
No.
Like. And that's fine, but like to have this idea that like motherfuckers are gonna miss you on Twitter, like come on.
And press releases, like
oh, get the fuck out of here with press releases. Like don't get me started on the 7th grade journalism class shit that these nerds do.
No, if you blow up, great, right? But like Barstool already happened. Like once, like it's like talking to my kids about. They're like, Dad, I want to do a YouTube channel because like all these kids are making all this money off YouTube. Once people start making money, the next batch of people, it almost becomes impossible.
Wait a minute,
bro. And exactly
breaking news.
Breaking news.
I heard somebody's phone go off.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that was. It's probably my new Ring doorbell thing's annoying. It's like motion has been sensed. Motion.
Yeah, you just turn off the. You can turn off the.
I know.
The
I gotta
sound.
fuck with it. I was like messing with the
Here we go.
motion
We'll
and shit.
Why don't we just do like a half-hour call sometime? I'll work you through the door, the ring thing, and I'll work you through the microphone.
How about no? I'm good.
Right.
We should test out the mic, but I'm good on the Ring doorbell. I can figure it out. I just have to fuck with it.
It's actually pretty cool, but
yeah, no, they're cool. They're cool. I just have the notifications on right now, and I gotta play with the I don't want, this isn't a Ring doorbell podcast. God damn it!
I got two of the doorbells and one of the motion lights.
Nice
going. Podcast sponsored by Ring.
I wish.
Brought to you by Amazon.com, the Ring.com.
Brought to you by Amazon cock rings.
Whoa.
Got a camera on one of them? Wow.
Yeah. So, the Lions still suck. They suck all the way.
Daz Newsom's hurt.
Yeah, that
first day OTAs, man.
Yeah,
we haven't talked since then. So
I can't. The one thing I will say about that, and I had this thought immediately, even though it's kind of a fucked up thought, but he was already hurt, so whatever, is now they can kind of stash him. Like, because I had a hard time seeing him making the roster, really.
No,
Anthony Miller's job got a lot safer, I think. A lot safer.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think they want Anthony Miller to succeed. They still want him to succeed. They're not, even though Furry's a psycho, I think he realizes that, Anthony Miller is his resume. You know what I mean? And we've mentioned, nobody, maybe Furry was pounding the table for Mooney, but I don't think Furry's developed anybody,
I think that's a very fair statement.
I think Mooney was pretty much self-made, and I think A-Rob already came in good. I don't think anybody else has gotten better under Furry's watch.
Wasn't it Groh was our wide receiver coach when we had
Groh?
Alshon? Yeah, I wanted him back.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Furry is Nagy's boy. We've said this before. How the fuck does Furry not get fired with Helfrich and all those guys? Because he's Nagy's buddy.
Yeah.
And then we got to listen to how Furry's going to be the head coach of a college football team. Why?
Why?
Yeah,
why?
but I don't think Daz is. I think Daz has a shot to make this roster. I mean, who's Riley? Really?
Well, he supposedly should be back by preseason.
Yeah,
I just think he's a guy that needs to be in that second unit catching balls from Fields.
I agree.
Every time I get excited about a slot receiver, though, they always get hurt. Like Eddie Royal, when he got here with Cuddy, I was like, oh, sweet. And he had flashes, but then he get hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, it's just
it's the glut. It's the glut that we've had. We haven't had a quarterback to evaluate.
Yeah, I hope that we I hope we can avoid the injury bug. The 49ers are snake bit with injuries already. They lost a safety and they lost. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, boo-hoo. But that sucks for them, though.
And back to your Dalton thing, man. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, because I selfishly want to see Fields, because we just haven't had a potential talent in a rookie quarterback since I've been a Bears fan, right?
I want to see Dalton personally. I want to see Dalton keep him on the bench as long as he can. Because if Dalton's doing that, that means we're winning.
Yeah, but so the quarterback, regardless of how it's done, and I know you're not a big fan of Lamar Jackson, Jer, regardless of how it's done, the quarterback's job is to advance the ball. And I don't see any world where if you
10 plus yards at a time.
Well, if you add in his rushing ability, I don't see a world where Andy Dalton could put up better numbers from scrimmage than Fields.
Well, I'm personally not going to say that he's going to be a world beater. He's going to go for 300-400 yards a game or some shit like that. But if he's efficient and he can buy you time for Fields to take the time to learn and sit behind it and grow and be ready.
If Dalton
Yeah.
If Dalton becomes the decent that we've been chasing, if Dalton becomes the guy that leads a 25-point a game offense,
it's better than Glennon. It's better
than
Glennon.
The press is already
way better than Glennon.
Press is already dunking on the idea with Mitch Trubisky. It's like it's nothing like that.
Sure, but like our O-line started looking good against shitty opponents. Let's call it what it is. Right?
I just feel but I do think there's a good chance of.
I disagree, but okay.
When did they start looking good, Joe?
As soon as they put Mustapher in versus New Orleans, getting better.
Getting better, but it started looking good when we went on that big run.
You put Ifedi out to right tackle. That started looking better
against lesser opponents.
True, but
who weren't playing for anything.
You have to build momentum.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just saying. I think the O line is going to be a strength for this team, but what that looks like, I don't. I do. It's going to be a strength for this team because I do think that they have the depth that even if Tevin isn't like an immediate, even if he doesn't let's say Tevin doesn't end up starting, I think you have Wilkerson, you have, you've got some other guys. I mean, I think Simmons can play a little bit.
You're getting a healthy Cody Whitehair.
Yeah.
We know it's so bad we had Alex Marsh starting.
Right. Like if they have.
Is Ifedi an upgrade to Massey?
At
Yes.
least equal.
From the standpoint of he played more snaps than anybody else last season.
Well, that was just a product of the situation.
Yeah, but one of Massey's biggest problems was staying on the field.
Remember, he had that fucking vertigo shit. And
sure. I'm just saying, when healthy, is Ifedi an upgrade over Massey?
Yes, slight.
I would say that's a push. I would call it a push.
Slight to push.
And if you can get a push for cheap,
they saved themselves like $7 million.
And you can develop the rookie that you got behind him, not Jenkins, but what's his name? From
Borum,
Larry Borum.
Yeah, don't forget Larry Borum. I mean, that guy looks pretty good.
I just think,
and you got Hambright, and you've got
Simmons.
You've got guys, man.
I know I'm being selfish and impatient, man, but I just think Fields is better for our offensive line. Fields is better for Montgomery.
And an inexperienced quarterback is not necessarily better for offensive lines, no matter how athletic they are.
I don't disagree that he'd be better for Montgomery just because of the threat of the run. That's your point, is the threat of the run, right?
Yes.
Right. I don't want him to be a running quarterback. I personally do not want him to be a running quarterback.
No, and I don't think they're
going to. He's not a run first quarterback.
He's going to run, but they are going to run RPOs, and he's going to run.
Now remember, you talk about a guy that got fucking dinged in a FCS championship game. Got his ribs broke against Clemson.
Yeah, where Mitch would have been out for half the season.
That's college. That's college.
I agree. I mean, that's been the knock on Deshaun Watson. Takes too many hits, unnecessary hits.
So
he's gonna have to work on that. But I just think he's got a long way to go in terms of calling the plays, commanding the huddle, knowing all of the complicated.
It seems like the coaches are pretty happy with him on that.
They were saying a lot of positive stuff. Oh man, it's like.
But you listen to what Nagy says about the assessment. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he?
He's trying to cool things off.
Yeah, but he's saying, Andy already seen all this stuff. When they roll from one coverage to another, he knows all the checks that the receivers have to make. He knows the way that the route is going to have to change. And Justin will know all that too. He just doesn't know it yet. Like, Justin is obviously crazy smart and will pick all that up. I just don't know if there's any point in trying to make it happen for game one. Like, Andy
I do. I have
already
a point.
there.
I have a point.
Let
this be the year he takes his lumps and learns, and then next year when Rodgers is fucking definitely gone, we got a guy that's in his second fucking year and ready to take shit over.
I want to take you to the other Carr brother, not David.
I'm just personally, I'd rather have a frustrating season with Fields than an average season with Dalton. I want to see this kid get on the field. I want to see him get experience. This whole thing where you got a quarterback coach, right? That you got a QB coach that's supposed to be a freaking expert, right? You got an offensive coordinator who's really not one, so he has more time to spend with the quarterback. And then you have your head coach that's, I guess, some guru who's never developed a young QB, but whatever. So we have all these people, and then you're going to have 2 veteran quarterbacks. Like, this is another scenario like Mitch. How many fucking voices do you need? The kid's talented. It boils down to me, and I hope somebody asked this to Nagy this offseason. Are you willing to change? Are you willing to change personnel? Are you willing to change your system? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to make this kid work?
He claims he is, but then as soon as he had a chance to run his full shit with Foles, he couldn't wait to unleash that shit. And Foles was like, "Whoa, this is crazy! Like we can't run this because look at my O-line, dude. Like, I mean, you said this you were right again about Foles. You pointed out that how good were his lines in Philly. His lines in Philly were always elite."
Yeah, he's a mirror of his talent.
So he could get away with that. It's like, yeah, he looks fucking great when he has time and he has guys that can go up and get it, like Alshon. You know, he looks fucking amazing.
That Philly O-line was stacked.
Right, and they had threats at running back. And they had legit threats at running back. Like, you know, I mean, come on, like
an all-world tight end. That's what's really needed in that system.
Another guy that killed us. The backup killed us.
Yeah.
Fucking I can't even remember his name. Ertz's backup. That fucking guy. Like, so, you know, and Foles, you know, stood up to Nagy and was just like, "Yo, we can't run this shit. Like, you out of your mind? Like, let me just go out there and you know, try some stuff because like I don't have any time. Like, I'm getting fucking killed. Like, I can't sit there, you know, it's like, and I think honestly, like that's the thing with Mitch is that his running ability stunted his growth to progressions. He wasn't waiting to get to his next progression because he felt the pressure and he was escaping and it was working. So he said, fuck it. And he never, like, in order, like, in order for
2018 argument.
Yeah.
The pro game was just too overwhelming for him.
Yes.
And I just don't think Fields is a guy you can build an offense around. Mitchell's a guy.
But I hope they do it. They need to take the Jason Day shit and they need to build it for him. And I've said this before, is I don't want to see some Andy Dalton, you know, Bill Lazor offense that Fields has to learn.
But that's
I want to see Fields' offense and make Andy Dalton learn that shit. But I'm afraid that that's not going to happen because, like, they want that redemption that I talked about wanting for Nagy when Dalton starts and does well. I think they want that because if here's what's going to play out is you start Fields and he doesn't play well, whose fault is it going to be? Ain't going to be Fields' fault.
No.
Nagy's head's on the chopping block instantly if Fields sucks out the gate and they start him. If Nagy starts Dalton, we're running the plan. Oh, Dalton, he's, you know, and let's say Dalton doesn't play well. Well, Dalton, he's old. We got Fields, though. Everybody's excited for Fields, right? And then they drag the shit out. Like, you know, this is going to buy him time. And again, it's not a terrible strategy, but I guarantee you that that's in his mind, is that they do not want to have this kid look bad because it's going to fall squarely on Nagy's head. Not Pace, Nagy.
Yeah, and I wanted Tyrod Taylor, and it's hard to know what you're going to do in the draft. But, I mean, looking back, like, Tyrod might have been a better guy right now to bridge two fields. Because at least you can
getting big money, too.
Well, I'm just saying, at least you can take that athletic ability and fit and get closer to a Justin Fields. I know Tyrod doesn't have a bomb of an arm, but you can get closer to getting those things going with a guy like Tyrod.
The Dalton signing was such horse shit. Like, at the time, like, everybody was at their lowest of lows as Bears fans when they signed that.
The signing was a panic signing, I feel like, in some ways.
Again, it's just like the Foles trade was panic. They couldn't wait. They didn't want to trust and wait.
If they would have waited, they could have had Dalton last year.
They either couldn't wait or they couldn't get anybody else's deals done.
Right.
But they could get Andy.
Or this is also what happened, is that nobody wanted to come in and be told they had to compete with Mitch Trubisky. Only weirdo Foles is game for that shit.
Teddy Bridgewater was like, we give a draft pick for that.
Like, can you imagine? Like, can you imagine getting told that you're going to come to the Bears and they're going to force you to compete with Mitch Trubisky?
There's precedent on that. Thinking about the Teddy Bridgewater comments.
Exactly. That's what I just said. He didn't come, and nobody wanted to come and be second fiddle to fucking Mitch. And you saw why.
Yeah.
Like, if Foles had the full training camp, Mitch would have been in the taillights. Like, if it had been a normal, non-COVID, all that, they would have, like, Mitch would have been taillights.
Speaking of that, you coming up for a Mitch Bowl?
I was trying to convince my brother, because he's a Bills fan, to come out to Chicago, and he's like, I'm not spending money on a preseason game. And I had my brother and his wife and kids down last weekend, or the weekend before. Yeah, his wife's like, why don't you guys just go? I'm like, let's do it. But
the wife just gave you permission. It's on.
Right.
Oh, my wife doesn't care. She's like,
no, I know, but his
wife's trying to get you out of the house.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. I mean, it's frustrating right now, Jared. I'm going to be going to the game with Steelers fans, but like for them, it's like a 2-hour drive to the stadium, and to them, it's just another game. It's not like one game they mark on their calendar. For me, it's the closest game the Bears are playing. So I'm like, come on, man, let's get these tickets. They just want to wait to wait. It's like, what's going to happen? They're going to drop $50. Like, I'm down. Like, let's get them.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I'm going to be out in Pittsburgh one way or another.
Nashville.
Eating pierogies.
Nashville was tempting for $122, 10 rows off the field, but
the
hotel rates are ridiculous.
Speaking of Nashville, we touched on this at the beginning, but the fucking Titans get Julio Jones for a second, a fourth, and a sixth. Like, that's kind of crazy. I don't necessarily think
him for a second, fourth, and a sixth for the Bears.
No.
I guess values change, but remember when the Patriots got Moss for like a fourth?
Because he's old.
Like, and Moss was still good.
And Julio Jones is old. And like Julio Jones has become that guy that doesn't practice anymore because he gets hurt in practice.
Well, last year was an injury year. The year before, I think he played every game.
But I mean, this is the beginning of the slippery slope. He's going to be 33.
I kind of wondered how happy he was in Atlanta anyway.
I'd rather play Matt Ryan than Tannehill.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying, I just wonder how happy he was in Atlanta.
But the Titans let Corey Davis go. And then Corey Davis, by the way, who they picked when they could have had Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes, that should be fucking recognized. They picked Corey fucking Davis, and they let him walk to the Jets. Got nothing for him. I mean, maybe they'll get a compensation pick. But then they spend $15 million. They commit to $30 million for 2 seasons for Julio Jones and give up draft picks to get him?
My thing with Julio is if he had a lot left in the tank, Shanahan would have fucking jumped on that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that's the thing, too, is it's like, Trey Lance is not ready because if you're the 49ers, Julio Jones has shit left in the tank, you say, bye, Garoppolo, take your $25 million and hit the bricks, and fucking we bring in Julio and let Trey Lance and Julio.
They could bring in Julio and still comfortably afford Garoppolo. Their cap situation.
Right, they do have a lot of cap, but I still can't believe Garoppolo's on that roster. Like, I thought he was a foregone conclusion of a cut.
Could work out very well for Tennessee. You got a deep threat now that keeps people out of the box for Derrick Henry. So,
but I was listening to some people talking about how there were, basically AJ Brown and him play the same position. Like they, like you have to change the whole offense.
Really?
So we'll see. I mean, Arthur Smith's now in Atlanta, so he's not in Tennessee anymore. We're gonna see if the guy who took his place is a real deal. You know what I mean? Like it's just not that easy. I mean, like this isn't basketball where you bring in some star and it immediately changes your whole, your whole roster, your whole output. Like the Titans' problem was not that they couldn't score, by the way. Like the problem is that they have no defense. Like I don't know, it just feels like a Jadeveon Clowney signing of the offense. Like it just kind of feels like, really? Like, I don't know. I just look at him and go, I don't know. And I don't know if I would have wanted the Bears to,
9 for a 2, a 4, and a 6. That's way too much.
We don't have the money.
Well,
they took on his whole salary. They didn't even. I don't think did Atlanta even have to eat dead cap on that. I thought they
have to no matter what because it was paid to him in the signing bonus. They don't have the option of transferring that.
I thought they took on the whole contract.
Which I don't know why. They fucking should. Like, if teams want it, like in soccer, it's like, they spent, like, I'm sending this player and $100 million. Here you go. Like, right. They let him
when was that bonus due, though? Because I thought they took on all the money.
No, No, they didn't take on the dead cap. They took on the salary, but some were speculating that Atlanta was going to have to eat more of the money in order to move him. But no, he's still Atlanta's still taking a big dead cap hit, like $20 million.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's a lot of money for the draft picks they got in return.
For sure. Like, and it's not like that, it's not like that second round picks. I don't think it'll be that high. I don't know.
Another interesting thing, the Bear Report did a podcast, Pearson and Lemming, and then Finley wrote an article on it too. And I know sometimes with like Mitch working out with specialists in the offseason, whatever. But Monty, we know he does the footwork thing, but he's also working with this high school history teacher out in Hinsdale Central, I guess. Whatever. He's also a speed trainer, and he's been working with Monty he's got like this equipment and all, like he's able to like break it all down scientifically. But basically, like Monty's been able to improve from like 19 mile an hour to like 21 mile an hour running, and it all had to do with the positioning of how he was running. Man, it's like his pelvis was always leaning back because he would put too much into his run, and Monty feels like he's learning how to run correctly for the first time in his career. And it's just he's almost to that level of like just under elite NFL speed. And we saw some of that with that 80-yard run last year against the Texans. That was like the longest run in 32 years for us.
He did not get caught in that.
I think Monty
is working his ass off is all I'm saying, man. And like I think he's due for a real good year.
If you give Monty 300 carries, he is going to get you 1,500 yards. Period. Like that's.
How many did he have last year to barely break 1,000? 264?
No, he didn't have that many carries, did he?
I'm thinking he did. That's another stat check.
I don't know. I with all the stupid carries. I mean, they didn't give that many carries to Cordarrelle, but they probably gave Cordarrelle like 50 or 60. Like, and we never had the ball. You know what I mean? Like, in order to give a guy a lot of carries, you have to have offensive production and actually get fucking first downs.
He had 247.
Right. So nice.
Okay, so you give him another 50 carries. I think he gets you another 400 yards.
That's 8 yards a carry on a 4.3 average.
No, not in that stretch. I'm just saying, like, if you really. Like, because you have to think about it. Like, if you're giving a running back the ball that much, it's in good downs for that type of play to be called, and your offense is moving the ball and et cetera, et cetera.
Imagine having a quarterback that poses a threat of 4.4 speed and he can throw a fucking bomb. What that does for your running back? That's how I want this kid in here so bad, man. Like,
I can wait. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
they showed that Darnell Mooney double move where Mitch fucking could have had for like an 80-yard touchdown. And fucking
that was Foles. Couldn't hit him.
Was it
Foles?
No,
the Jalen Ramsey double move. That's Foles.
Was it Foles?
Mitch would have fucking missed him too. Don't get me wrong.
But man, like
Mitch would have overthrew him.
Fields is hitting that. You know what I mean? Like
Mitch would have sailed that out of bounds. Mike Furry would have caught it.
I don't care about like the development. I get he needs to develop to an NFL level. I get that, but he's hitting that.
Yes, I listen. He's going to be great. I have no doubt. I'm just saying I could chill with it. Is all.
I don't want to chill. I want to see this kid play, man.
Honestly, I really have no interest in the pressure of him coming out on Sunday night against the Rams. I really
don't. It's pressure for you. It's not pressure.
Yes. I'm being selfish. I don't want that in my life.
I just want to get all that rookie stuff out of the way, and then next year when Rodgers is gone for sure, our guy's in his second year ready to roll.
Rodgers is gone for sure now.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know why you'd let him go. Like,
because they don't have a choice, and they're trying to be fucking. They're trying to, they're trying to pull their dicks out, and
they're going to give him part ownership in that team before they let him walk. That would be stupid.
What does that mean? So like everybody has part ownership. Like, even they're gonna give him fucking Bitcoin,
whatever it takes.
Remember when motherfuckers were like, "Oh, everyone's contracts are going to be in Bitcoin," like a month ago.
Oh, I hope he's gone, man. I just don't see it this year. Definitely next year, but I just want Fields to already get through all the rookie mistakes and everything he's going to do. I think it's going to be a funner brand of football.
He's not the only rookie that needs to get through rookie mistakes, though.
I'll believe that when yeah, we'll see.
Jenkins is going to play.
If Jenkins needs to, that's a big piece of that. I'd rather have Andy Dalton out there being a crash test dummy than Fields. If Jenkins needs to get that, I just feel like
it's a softer landing for everybody if you start Dalton and he doesn't look great. That's why they're going to do it, because there's just no point in putting that kind of pressure on everybody. Even though Fields is built for the pressure, there's just no point. What's the upside to? It's just, I just don't think it's necessary. Like, I just don't think it's necessary. The upside to, so he does win, and it's like, maybe he takes off and he's like a rocket, but more realistically, he's going to have his struggles, and he'll look fantastic at times, and there'll be some times where maybe he looks, like he needs some development. Like I
could tell you the upside right now. First game, national game. Who would you like a national view?
I don't want that. I have no interest in that.
People that aren't Bears fans are going to tune in for Fields, not Dalton.
Great. I'd much rather chill and have a low key Dalton loss.
I want it, man. How hyped would you be if they announced?
I'll be nervous as fuck. I'm not gonna be hyped. I'll be like in the fucking corner sucking my thumb. I'm not gonna be like talking shit.
We're gonna have to go live. We're gonna have to go live that night. What's that?
Who owns the Bears? Are they trying to sell it again? The reports just keep coming.
Wait, new ones?
No, there was another report this week about how
it's the same shit. It's the smaller people trying to see what they can do to get,
I know we touched on it last week, but it's like another report came out. It's like, well,
right, because these minority owners, and I mean like these small portion owners, in case you're stupid and don't understand what that means and you think it means something else, not you guys, people listening.
I've been called worse, man.
Like the Pat Ryans of the world, the Hidden McCaskies, all this shit. Those guys and gals, whoever they are, they don't want to wait around for Virginia to die because it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess when she dies, and that's coming any time now. I mean, unfortunately.
So dark.
This is just a fucking reality. Like, this family doesn't have some other business. They don't have, like nobody's buying fucking George McCaskey a Bentley. Like, Jay-Z is not buying George McCaskey a Bentley. You know what I mean? Like these people don't have anything but the Bears. Like, so they're trying to get their ducks in a row. Now, Pat Ryan's rich as fuck, but
I'm hoping Jeff Bezos survives his little freaking outer space.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is trying to go to space, bro.
I want him. I really want him to. Yeah, just come back safe so you can buy the Bears, will you?
Yeah, or buy.
Also, we're gonna raffle this off.
What is that?
David Terrell autograph 8x10.
Yes, yes.
I was going through some of my old shit.
We gotta pay somebody to take that shit.
Oh, I got Brad Maynard.
He's not even the most relevant Michigan receiver to come across social media.
Oh, he was the biggest bust at receiver, though, man.
He's not. He wasn't so good that somebody tried to hack his stats.
From the jump.
That was Braylon Edwards, yeah.
Yeah. From
to
the
this
jump.
day.
To this day.
From the jump, Terrell was a disaster, though.
Ugh.
Like, that was just a terrible pick. It started off a disaster, and it just stayed a disaster.
We'll have to go through that one day and just like look at the Bears' first round picks and just kind of.
We had a Michigan hard on that year too because we drafted Anthony Thomas too.
A-Train was good though.
That was a good offensive line too.
Well, there was a stretch for probably 10 years where NFC teams were just like, which Penn State or Michigan running back will we draft? Not like that's just what will happen. Like it was like no matter who, they were just the Bears were gonna draft whatever Penn State running back was available, and Michigan running backs would just keep coming out. And then it was like, oh, let's try these Wisconsin running backs. And it's like nobody fucking realized that the reason all those running backs were amazing was because they played behind these insane offensive lines. Kajana Carter and shit.
All I'm just saying, Bears fans, you guys just be prepared because Fields is going to come out in training camp, and the whole Mitch thing better than Glennon. I don't give a fuck, man. This kid is going to look good, and it's going to be undeniable.
Fields to Thomas Ives. Ives Hive is come alive.
Say what you want, man. This kid is different. So Justin Fields, with the fact that he has to be a backup for the first time in his life, basically, well, Georgia, yeah, that didn't last long, but this kid's going to come out and ball out, man. He's going to give them no choice. And it's going to be very interesting to see how they try to fucking downplay it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, Fromm was ahead of Fields. Then Fields went to Ohio State, and he jumped ahead of Burrow. And then Burrow went to LSU, became the number 1 overall pick. And now Mitch left when Justin Fields came to Chicago, and Mitch just stole Fromm's job. Full circle.
I was just looking at the history of the Bears' first-round draft picks.
Oh, why would you do that? Like, Jared.
It's bad. Actually,
Jared, no, it's not good.
Did you see Nagy's reaction on that night? That little show they do on YouTube when they actually showed Nagy's reaction. Mm-hmm. That dude was like, "I got my motherfucker." Like,
yeah, like we needed a fucking miracle, and we got it. It's a miracle. They were positioned well to make this happen. But so many things had to break right. So many things had to break right. And you know what? That's fucking fine because the same shit had to happen for the Chiefs. The Chiefs had to get lucky to get Mahomes. It wasn't like they wanted him, but they had to come up. So they got fucking lucky. Like the Bears most likely got the best quarterback in the draft, and they needed like 5 miracles to make it happen. And fucking, I don't care because we were so due for some shit like that to happen for our franchise that we, for whatever damn reason, pour all our time and energy into following.
Yeah, but this thing with Fields hits different for me because this is finally the guy that we got that I actually wanted.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I want to see. To me,
but then he's also the guy that everybody wanted. It's not just the guy that we wanted; it's the guy that everybody wanted. He
was the second best quarterback in this draft.
If your team needed a quarterback and you were not the Jacksonville Jaguars or the 49ers, you wanted Fields. The Broncos are fucking pissed they didn't get Fields. The Panthers are pissed. Like, even the Giants, low-key, might be pissed. The Vikings are super pissed they didn't get Fields. Lions fans are like, what the fuck? Why didn't we get Fields? Even though they just got Jared's stupid-ass Goff. Like, every team...
Bills fans were so happy the Patriots got Jones instead of fucking Fields. And Mr. Mac Jones, let's talk about how inaccurate he's looking so far.
Yeah, with his number 50, he's looking like a bum-ass. With his 50 jersey, like, what are you doing? Like... I mean, he could easily be fucking Ryan Mallett.
I think he's a smart kid. It's just exactly.
I mean, that's the thing is like he could be fucking Ryan Mallett.
Ryan Mallett was very highly the Josh
Ryan
Rosen.
Mallett never had the dreadlocks that fucking Mac Jones had.
Even though, like, I just got done reading that Q Factor by Brian Billick. Great book.
Brian out here reading books and shit.
It's a really good book, just talking about how
reading Rainbow, motherfucker, down here.
No, just the Q factor, basically saying the right equation to evaluate these quarterbacks, because out of all the positions, like they figured out a lot of positions, but the quarterback's just still one that puzzles people. Then there's a balance. There's film. There's the analytics. You have to make sure the analytics are showing up on the film because they're a good tool to use. But it basically, man, he got into the 18 draft and how perfect of a textbook mechanics, and Rosen was like a coach's wet dream, basically. And it just feels like that Mac Jones was that guy in this draft. Like, oh, his mechanics, his release, the fact that he did, like,
right. And even Lewis Riddick was
two
jockeying,
top 5 fucking receivers.
Well, in Fields, I mean, those 2 of his receivers, and next year projections for all these people that do these fucking mocks already, they're pretty highly ranked too.
Someday, somehow, some way, it is going to be found out that Louis Riddick and Matt Nagy conspired to create all the negative press on Justin Fields to make him fall.
Oh,
collusion!
Dude, if you go back to the draft night,
how hard did Riddick jock Mac Jones? Riddick was on Mac Jones's jock, bro. Like, it made no sense.
If you go back and watch that draft pick again and listen to Riddick's commentary before the Bears drafted, he said this draft pick is going to have Matt Nagy's hands all over it.
Bro, I'm telling you, they fucked with they wagged the dog on this shit. I guarantee you. And other teams did too, because they wanted Fields to fall to them. Because I think they knew that the 49ers were after Trey Lance. Because you don't trade up that high. I mean, it is stupid because Fields should have been rated higher than Zach Wilson and Trey Lance, but we were having that discussion right up until the end, which is a joke to me. Like, fucking Zach Wilson couldn't even play good against, Coastal Carolina.
You see the video?
Some dude was like, well, they had a short lead up to the game. I said, well, didn't Coastal Carolina?
Right.
Well, even in the games, they're scrutinizing Fields for like 2 games, right? And he still threw over, like, his bad games was throwing for over 300 yards.
And he won them both. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, I don't like.
I'm very aware.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's are you kidding me? Like, if those are our complaints, he didn't play well, but he threw for over 300 yards and won, we'll be fine with that.
Bro, if somebody cut together all his interceptions, the footage would be like 12 seconds.
That's what I mean, man. It's just like it's ridiculous.
I mean, people are like, he has a fumbling problem.
It's one thing I like about him. He protects the ball. He does protect the ball. He does not turn it over.
He takes some hits. He's had a few, little fumble issues.
He's a big boy though for a QB too. He's not some like little.
Bro, he's coming around the edge and he's running. He's not doing no Mitch Trubisky prancy running shit.
Did you see him standing next to Dalton when they were snapping to both of them? I was like, that looks like the dude.
Like it's just like a fucking.
Oh, he's got presence. There's no doubt about that.
Cyborg sent to destroy little Opie in his hair. Like, come on. I mean, when he ran down the field and made that block on that one play,
I don't want him doing that though. That's like
no, he's gonna get that out of his game. But he was shot out of a goddamn cannon, bro. Like he chased down. I mean,
hey, you look. I watched the behind the scenes on his pro day. Like he stumbled and ran a 4.4.
Yeah, he's pissed he didn't run a 4.3 because he knows he could have. He's pissed.
And he's passed first.
Like Sanchez asked him, "What'd you think?" Yeah, we ran a 4.4. He's like, "I could have run a 4.3."
That's
like, but dude, you ran a 4.4. He's like, "Yeah, but I could have ran a 4.3." Like
he's not
back up off me.
Right. Yeah. This is different than Mitch, where it's just like I'm all about football, blah blah blah, but you can't play. Like this is a fucking stone cold killer. Like,
come on.
I hope so.
This dude, like.
The reason I really want to start, because Day even said this is a kid that if he makes a mistake, he's going to go back and he's going to do everything he can to change it. So like, I selfishly want him out there, man. Like, I just can't wait to see him play because it's going to bring a different brand. It's going to change everything. Dude, this kid has the potential to change everything we've ever seen at this position.
Right, but it'll happen if it happens starting in week 4 or 8 or 2 or 1. It doesn't like it's going to happen.
Can you really like grasp it's almost mind-boggling to think about what our offensive game is going to look like. We're talking Chicago Bear football, and we have a guy that is a pass-first quarterback. Oh, by the way,
what kind of offense would you devise for him? Just since
I don't think Nagy has to veer off far of what he actually wants to do. We just haven't been able to see it.
Yeah, I think personally, I would not. I don't want to see them running a bunch of spread. Like
I think he'd be fine with that.
I think he can, but I just I don't know. Like I feel like most of, and obviously I'm so far from an expert. I'll never claim to be that, but like I feel like most of what he runs is guys are pretty tight to the formation. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that helps.
A good quarterback with speed an RPO helps them. It allows them to see things develop better. This kid he's different than Mitch upstairs, man.
Right, and that's not even in play. I just hope they run what they ran a lot of. Mix in what he did at Ohio State already, because I think that we have the pieces that can execute that.
I think he just needs to adjust to the speed of an NFL game, and
he's
not going to get that on the bench.
Ohio State ran a lot of read option with their backs, and then threw behind it. So you're saying run more read option?
Well, the one like throw we've got to actually see that's been cool is that little. He threw a really nice pass over the head of David Montgomery. Right. I could see, like shit like that happening.
I just don't. I don't really know what he's going to learn from Andy Dalton. How to look at fucking tape. He knows that.
A lot.
I think he can learn a lot. I mean, I don't know how much he learns by sitting. I'll agree with you there, but I think he's going to learn a lot from Andy Dalton. I don't think it's a problem that Andy Dalton is there. I think it's a good thing.
Oh no, it'd be great. He'd be a great backup for him to encourage him on the sideline.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just he's got to do it. Like it's just like Chase Daniel supposedly was teaching Mitch. I mean, you can only teach him so much. Like, at some point
and
you
Mark
fucking
Sanchez.
do it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't think anybody is billing it that Justin needs this mentor. Like, I mean, they're also, everybody's like, this kid's different. I mean, they're hyped about him. I just feel like that ultimately it's just a softer landing for everybody if they just start Dalton. And I think they did kind of promise him that he's going to start the season unless he looks like shit.
You know the old saying, you want a friend, buy a dog. He's already got Uno. You don't need a fucking quarterback to be his friend.
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, I don't think he has to, I don't think he has to defer to anybody, and I don't think he's going to. His mere presence alone doesn't allow that.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, when this kid comes in and everybody's in, and he's just gonna win over that fucking locker room. Like, it's a wrap, dude. It's a wrap.
But my thing is that I still think Dalton has to play bad for Fields to pass him right now, and I don't think Dalton is going to play bad. I think Dalton's going to play well. And I think he's going to do well. And so I think it's going to be it's not even going to be a discussion. Like Dalton's going to get those first reps and he's going to keep them. And I don't think he's going to play amazing in the season, but I think you still need Dalton to play badly for Fields to leapfrog him.
I think we're going to start seeing some highlights that are going to blow people's minds, man. And I just don't I think Justin's going to get this team I think this team's gonna have his back right.
Maybe, but I'm not gonna be like if that doesn't happen, I'm not gonna be all mad about it. Like either.
Oh
I know it's gonna happen eventually, but I'm not gonna what I'm not gonna do is set myself up for this disappointment if he doesn't start week 1 because I still feel it's extremely unlikely. Like it just feels extremely unlikely. Like even though he's the dude.
Yeah, I just feel like the window's closing on this defense a little bit, and
I think that happens no matter what. Like, they're doing their best to rebuild it on the fly, but I mean, they needed Robert. If Robert Quinn does what he's supposed to do last year, and the fucking quarterback, one of those two fucking quarterbacks can play decent for a little while, they would have won 10, 11 games, like, easily, if those two things happened. But those two things didn't happen, and on top of COVID, like, aside from COVID, it's like, and you sit there and go, this team's a lot closer to 4-12 than they are to 12-4, sitting at 8-8. It's like the 4 games either way.
Yeah.
But again, you go, well, shit, if a couple things break right, if Quinn is who he was supposed to be, and if one of the damn quarterbacks stepped up, you could easily, could see a 3-game swing up. So,
I mean, even for how teams prepare against us, though, I think Justin Fields can give defensive coordinators headaches. Andy Dalton is who he is.
Agree. I guess it'd be interesting to see how they play it. Now, our guy, if we had Eddie Goldman too, Johnny Bears 19, Eddie Goldman for sure. Although we've talked about on the show that we're not sure, what's coming back. We'll see. I hope he comes back and he's Eddie Goldman of 2018. But
the Raiders game in England, man.
Yeah, but
that threw him off his game a little bit.
It just put the book out. Like, it gave everybody the book on how to beat that front seven, is what it did. It's not just him. It's Mack and Goldman and everybody. Gruden, and I can't remember the defensive coordinator in Las Vegas, but they schemed them up. They schemed their ass up. And who knows better how to beat Mack than the guy who coached him in Gruden?
I don't think Gruden coached him.
Or did he not ever get a chance to coach him? I thought he was his coach one season. No, he got there and everything got fucked up. That's right. But anyway, Gruden's a good coach.
That was also an injured
schemed
Mack,
him up.
but yeah, Mack was fucked up.
Well, I mean, how many times? But, he's always going to be hurt. We're at the point now where we're on the backside of Mack's career where he's always going to be banged up. He can have games like the Tampa game.
But we'll get that bicycle interview where he's on his Peloton and he's like,
listen, I mean, I hope Mack does well. So far, the players having babies shit has not worked out so tough. I mean, it's been kind of rough for, Charles Leno had a baby and shit was all.
He was soft before he dropped his seed.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I'd be interested to see what happens. I mean, I don't know if.
The baby batter is not conducive to great NFL play. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying no, the not sleeping and the fucking becoming a dad shit.
Do you think Khalil's waking up?
Nah.
Shit.
He's got her he'll have a baby and the wife in their own wing of the house.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're a multimillionaire.
Yeah. He'll have 2 Jamaican nannies.
She don't have to work.
He ain't changing a fucking diaper. No, sir. He'll be nah.
Right. You never know.
No, he dropped that and he's like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah. That's for you. That's for you. Call me when he's big enough to run. Wow. And then I'll teach him, and then I'll learn him up. Till then. Nah.
I don't see that. I don't see that affecting anybody like Mack, man. That dude's just.
Nah, you're probably right. I hope that what I hope is that the offense plays well and it motivates them to fucking get back to it. Because I think there's been some lack of want to at times from some guys. You see the videos of how close he was with Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm. Imagine how much he's gonna love Fields, man.
I hope. You never know. Personalities are weird, though.
Yeah, but they seem very similar to me. The intensity, but at the same time, they could cut loose and have fun. You see Mack in the club dub, he's still jokes and he's still fun, but he's also just all business. So I think they're really similar. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get along. Yeah, but
I mean, you look at
Mack's going to Mack found a way to love Mitch.
These dudes watch college football, though. You saw Eddie's response, man.
I know. He tweeted something from his boat. Congratulations.
I mean, listen.
Get the camp. Fuck.
I agree.
Yeah, I was disappointed by that. Hopefully, we'll see. I guess we'll get some info tomorrow, right?
I guess. I mean, media is supposed to be there tomorrow. They fucking had a full whatever something today and not a peep.
Not even not even presser or anything.
And not even a picture, like a get a picture of a blade of grass and some sun streaming through the trees.
We just want to see a cleat.
Yeah, like a helmet. Like, can we get Justin Fields in the light box with the fucking lights and the shit? Like, come on. Like,
check out those Amtrak trains now. Gonna have to walk the train tracks, get you to Hallis Hall. Saw that.
There's Metro.
Mm-hmm.
People think it's gonna be like full doors.
Braxy's gonna fucking sneak in there on the
right. So the news is that and our guy Braggs broke it. Is he said that they're gonna be training fans allowed.
But on their website, they even said like we're still in the protocol from last year with the media and everything. Like they're just gonna open up the floodgates now.
No,
media was complaining they could barely see practice when they are there.
Yeah, but on June 11th, everybody goes phase 5. Illinois.
We got guys that aren't even vaccinated on the team though.
I'm just telling you, shit's coming open, Jack, on the 11th. They were holding out till the 4th of July, which to me seemed crazy.
Yeah, but they don't have to open the train. They don't have to open the train.
No, I'm talking about the city and the state. The state of Illinois and the city are going wide open.
Sure.
On the 11th, and so everybody's following suit. The Cardinals series is for sale, full capacity in Chicago. Like,
Cardinals.
They're doing another opening day. They said they're gonna put up the bunting and shit like it's opening day.
Well, Fenway was full the other night. My buddy went and posted a video. It was fucking full.
I'm saying like shit is back. So the Bears are not going to miss out on that. And I guarantee you they're going to sell tickets. It ain't going to be free at their fancy fucking new facility. I guarantee, even if it's like $10, I guarantee you, I bet you they sell some tickets.
You said they don't have the parking to support it though.
No, people are going to have to park somewhere and take a shuttle bus or something. It's not like Bourbonnais where they could just turn whatever adjacent field into parking. Like there's so much space around, that
Olivet Nazarene
College, Olivet Nazarene. Yeah, there was just so many fields. I mean, you were just parking in big fields. Like it wasn't like a parking lot at Bourbonnais.
You had a parking lot if you got there early enough,
which would fill up, and then you have to park. But otherwise, you have to drive all the way through the university and go out into the fucking field behind like some neighborhood.
It would be lit, man, for Justin.
Oh, it was insane in 2018 and 2019.
Yeah, but imagine now.
Well, they were even complaining, like Hogan John. Well, it was just John's, because they said a baby, but like they were talking about how like all the media is like on the wrong field, and that's how it goes when you're at training camp. You know how it is. Even in training camps, like you end up sitting in one spot and you're on the wrong field, and all this shit's going down on a whole 2 fields away from you, and you don't see shit.
Right.
Like, and that's what they were saying. Like, Johns was saying that Fields didn't actually have the greatest day. The last day of the other session of OTAs, he threw a pick and like whatever. This is no big deal, but
he had a rookie day.
He had like a normal day. Like, it's just gonna happen. So whatever. I mean, if I can get tickets, I'm gonna go for sure. This shit's like 20 minutes from my house. Like,
we're crashing at your house. We ain't got a park.
Yeah.
We were that shit in.
So I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna try to get tickets.
Nice.
For sure.
Party today.
I mean, don't have to fucking get up at ass crack and drive all the way down to Bourbonnais beforehand. That'd be cool.
Yeah, meet up with Braggsy.
Yeah, meet up with Braggs. Maybe some mailman. Maybe some mailman will come to town and try to fight me.
I was told a long time ago that a certain individual played a character when they did a podcast, and that's fine. But like, if you're taking shots and we take a shot at what you call as your character, don't take offense to it. It's just your character. It's not you, right?
Yeah.
I just it's so corny. Like it's just podcast beef. I don't. You personally have a good life, bro. Like
it's just funny to me.
It's corny.
It's just funny.
It's just corny.
Well, okay. I guess we're into this session of the show where.
Oh yeah. Shout out to some podcasts like Retired or something today. Yeah, that's cool. I've never listened to that podcast once. I actually listened to that old one. It was when it was called Hallis Hall Brawl. I actually listened to it, I think, like twice. It was like the shit was never good. Like it was never worth listening to. Like, you know, I mean, I know that they got guests and good for them, and you know, whatever, like they went that route, but like honestly, like anybody, I don't understand like what you enjoy listening to about that shit. Like it's the most corny fucking like generic, you know, like I don't get it. Like so you fucking retired, cool, like bye.
Yeah, like I said, if we've been doing this for 4 years, something like that.
4 years.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't feel like
huge.
I don't feel like I need to do some big like fucking PR video montage. Like it is what it is. You're done. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, like you know, it's fully pretentious to post one of those like notepad entries. Like I have a tweet, but here's my essay about myself. Like some personal news. Get the fuck out of here. Like you put that shit up and you lost me already. Like this is when you're going to completely exaggerate everything that's been going on to somehow like justify the fact that, you know, like you're wasting all your fucking time with this shit. Like it's fucking, you do it for fun or not. Like, but don't give me this fucking, this motherfucker's like acting like it's the last day of high school and shit. Like, cut
you got people out there that treat it like it's their livelihood.
Yeah.
That's not what this is. If you get into the game, it's not what it is. If you're not doing it for fun,
after you retired from podcasting, you have to go down to HR for an exit interview. Like, fuck out of here.
Golden parachutes everywhere.
Yeah,
and the network crap, like the network battles, and
I don't shit. Like, just it's like, you know, like and we fucking tried to get into all that shit, so it's not like we can even, you know. But like, I just like just cut the bullshit. Like we
knew what we were getting into, though. We've been down that road. We didn't know we didn't know the depths of the mindset, but we knew
we should have.
Yeah.
I mean, we did, bro. We knew the depths of the mindset. We were just like, let those motherfuckers do the work. Honestly, that's what it was. It's like, let them.
No, but we didn't know like people's personal
be insane and fucking, you know, and try to like do this and that, and that's exactly what we told those dudes. We are going to continue to do exactly what we do, and you guys are supposed to fucking do all the hustle. They told us we were going to get guests. They told us we were going to get promoted.
Apps
they told us there was going to be an app. They told us this and this and this and that, all out of their ass. None of that shit happened. And that was it. So we supported.
We have marketing people. We're like, all right, we'll give it a shot.
Stepped in line and wore the fucking different hats and changed our logo, ruined our logo for those fucking dumbasses. Like, I mean, and all we did was lose followers. Fucking lost followers, lost subscribers. Still haven't got back to the same level of downloads.
Then come to find out, we were just competition in their eyes, and they just absorbed us.
They fucking straight up absorbed us into the pyramid scheme. Like, get the fuck out. So now you're retired. Retired from what? You fucking, like, just shut the fuck up. Like, quit your fucking self-important bullshit. It's just social media. And you know what? Podcasting is just another aspect of social media. You're not special if you have a podcast. Like, literally, it's the least special thing you could fucking do. Like, let me tell you. There's nothing special about it.
No,
like, having a gym membership is more special than having a podcast.
Are you doing a membership video?
Like,
are you podcasting about your membership?
Yeah, like exactly. But I'm just saying it's another aspect of social media.
I think when you're
it's
good
not
at,
special.
I think when you're good at it and you can get creative and be able to share that and your thoughts, I think there's something to that. I think it's fun.
Absolutely, I like podcasts. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy listening to them. But just the mere fact of
anybody can do it.
Yes, like so you have a computer, or cool. You have headphones, sweet. You pay a subscription to StreamYard or some such bullshit. Bingo, you have a podcast. Like literally the most difficult part about having a podcast is waiting for Apple to come correct and put your shit on there. Because for whatever reason it takes like somebody has to go up a mountain in Sri Lanka and make sure like something's cool for your shit to get on Apple Podcasts. Like that's literally the most difficult part about it.
Or wait for motherfuckers to be on.
Which is why it was such a fucking joke when those dipshits.
Shots fired.
What did you say?
I said, or waiting for motherfuckers to be on time.
There's that, but that's why it was such a like it's so fucking easy to have a podcast, which is why it was such a fucking joke when those dumb fucks over at Bear's Barroom told us, "Oh no, you guys are done. No more podcasting for you." And like, fuck you, you're the gatekeeper to any of this shit. Like anyone can have a podcast. There's so many awful ones.
Well, that was back when that other group
thought they were special.
Yeah, they didn't want to have anybody else doing anything to take their shine away. So
right, they thought they were special. They thought they were the only person doing analysis. And there was a time where it was like, oh yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I thought, Phil's shit was cool for a while, but then everybody just lapped his ass. Like it's no longer even close to, the highest quality analysis you could find of shit. Like,
I mean, they have their niche, man. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on them. They've been successful at it, so whatever.
I will.
Sure, but they have their niche.
They have their formula. It's cool. At one point we thought they were cool, but the biggest thing is just that they think they're fucking special. You're not special. All you podcasters, you're not fucking special. If you make a living doing it, okay, you got something. Till then, I don't want to hear from you. Don't fucking tell me you're anything. Like literally, stop with your press releases.
Yeah, if your shit blows up, bullshit. Though. Good for you. Whatever they feel, man. It can get corny, but
it stays corny. It's all look at you're fucking wearing glasses and shit. It's for fucking fun.
Right.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like people think, oh, we got a logo and we're trying to sell shirts like we think we're somebody. It's like, no, it's easy. Selling shirts is so fucking easy. Like, come on. Not to sell like a lot of them, it's not easy, but as people act like it's, oh wow, how did you get that cool shirt? It's like, can you operate an ATM? You can have a shirt.
Why don't we start making shirts then?
Yeah.
Go fucking ahead, man. Like, it's, I don't know. I just laugh. Like I just fucking look at all this shit and I just laugh. Like people are. I don't know. Like people they need something. Like I guess to cling on
I'm
to.
Important. Look at me. I get you.
I'll tell you what though. You are renting some space, man. I'll give you that.
Oh, I'm not only am I renting the space, I'm taking a shit in their toilet. Like I'm up in there taking the monster dump in their toilet and not flushing. Not I live in there, bro. I put my feet on shit. I eat their chips. Like
I just don't got it. It's just the whole.
Whatever, they like that shit. They fucking eat it up. They love it. That's like fucking the greatest thing in the world to them. To have somebody to fucking crack on. That's fine. Enjoy. I'm a star of 2 podcasts. We got 3 stars on our podcast, and they got them plus me on the other. Like, fucking. Thanks for the since we got shit popping back with them, our downloads have been. Climbing. Like, thanks for the free publicity.
Free rent.
Yeah, exactly. Motherfuckers is paying to hear about us.
I'm just like, it's just like when we stop doing this, like I don't. Right. It's just fun, but like I'm not like I don't go around sulking all day because somebody said something. Like who gives a shit? Like if I saw you in public, I don't give a fuck. What's up?
Right. Well, and I'll tell you what. Like I can pretty well guarantee there's no big chat rooms dedicated to talking shit about me. Now, there is a podcast that's recently dedicated itself to that. So there could be chat rooms.
I'm sure
out there.
When we bounced, there was a lot of chat room banter.
Oh yeah, in the various loyalty rooms.
Oh my god.
Anyway, shit's corny. Congratulations on retiring from nothing.
What do you give a guy that retires from podcasting? Is
Yeah,
it like when the guy does he go to make his last rounds? Does he get like a fucking old microphone? This is my microphone for my Apple IIgs.
I don't know. Look, I gathered all your downloads and I put them in this album for you.
A microphone lollipop.
Yeah, like your fucking Manscaped gift set.
DX style.
I bronzed your Manscaped from those terrible fucking homemade commercials you tried to make. Like, Jesus.
I guess we gotta start reading Manscaped ads again.
Like, start getting, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, you want to do it and you want to have your own brand, you want to blow up, cool. Don't do it by putting the cart before the horse. Like, just because somebody will say, yes, we'll give you a Fanatics code, or yes, we'll send you a fucking ball shaver, just mention it on your show every week and we'll give you like a nickel every 1,000 downloads or some dumb shit. Like, that doesn't help you to build your brand and to become unique. That makes you fucking cookie cutter. That just makes you part of the machine. Like, basically all these companies are trying to do is purchase engagement, and so they're using every single.
It's not a thing.
But it's like this, like the way that advertisers use podcasts is exactly the same way they use our social media profiles.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way. It's just more exposure. It's more data mining. It's more engagement mining. It's all of that, and that's exactly what they're doing. Like, they're not selling shavers. They're selling whatever information we tell them about ourselves and our purchasing habits and all that shit. The target marketing. Like it's like people think they're fucking special. It's like, no, you just got absorbed.
Oh god, Facebook! We went and test drove a Wrangler. We're gonna get one eventually, but man, Facebook is like, you want Wrangler? Oh, Wrangler. I'm like, dude.
Alexa's like listening to you, and oh yeah, okay, that's cool.
There's a documentary you need to check out. I can't remember what.
Oh, Netflix, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, you watched that, didn't you? It's really good.
And Trubisky,
so it's called The Social Network.
Trubisky's shitting on Army of the Dead a couple weeks ago on Facebook. I enjoy it, man. Like, I
don't know what Army of the Dead is.
That movie on Netflix, that Snyder movie about the zombies.
Never watched it.
Oh, check it out. It's got Batista in it. It's like he did Dawn of the Dead too.
Okay.
But it's like Vegas. Basically, Vegas had an outbreak.
I don't know if I'm Facebook friends with Biscuits.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I am either.
No, he put it on Twitter, but
I get hives every time I go on Facebook, so I don't stay there for long.
Anyway, the movie basically is zombie outbreak in Vegas, and they have to go back in.
Oh, I did see a preview for that.
They're basically Batista's group. They offer him a lot of money to go back in because there's $200 million, and the U.S. government's about to fucking drop a nuke. Like a nuke right on Vegas in like 3 days, so they have to go and grab that money for this like wealthy casino owner.
It's like Zombieland meets Ocean's 11.
But the zombie, it's cool because
okay,
it's dope. That's all I'll say. Trubisky was shitting on it like he did a steak review or something.
God.
He's trolling. He told us that Corn Pops is an elite cereal today.
Like, no top 5 list, so I can't.
Corn Pops. It didn't even it's not even on that one of the choose 3 thing.
Who the fuck eats cereal anymore?
It's all right sometimes. It's solid.
Yeah.
Cereal.
I eat Honey Bunches of Oats. I eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the goat.
Frosted Flakes. Without doubt.
My kids eat a lot of cereal. Well, my older son does.
I have like a protein shake for breakfast or like a Chobani yogurt or something.
Congratulations, protein shake.
Yeah.
Homemade.
Come pre-bottled or
you gotta bottle that yourself.
blend jet that shit, whatever.
No, I got just the powder in the shake cup.
That's it. It's just there's no banana. You don't put anything in it. You just put fucking like soy milk or almond milk or oat milk or some shit.
No milk, just water.
Just water and powder. What
Yeah,
the fuck kind of like MRE smoothie is that, bro? That shit sounds horrible.
Nah, it's got like 250 calories in it.
Calories are not a problem for me.
250 calorie powder with water. That's what you're rocking with. Good for you. That's why you're the skinny one on the show. This is why you're the skinny one on the show, you fuck. So whatever. Fuck your smoothie. That just sounds like trash.
Protein shakes.
Eat a banana, bro. Put a banana in there. Good lord.
Okay.
You like making like Nestle Quick, just fucking spoon and that's it. It's like no ice, no blending at all. There's no.
Yeah, just drink it.
It's not a smoothie. That's just like a.
It's not a protein
I don't know what that
shake.
is. It's like fucking Ovaltine.
Yeah, like a chocolate milk almost.
Ovaltine. He's drinking Ovaltine.
No, I'm good.
That's Grandpa.
Bosco. Trying to decode the thing and get your red rocket.
I don't want all that sugar, man.
Cinnamon cannon.
Oh, that's sugar. Good for you.
Mm.
Good for you, bro.
I'm trying.
The smoothie king. You're gonna be in Pittsburgh eating some pierogies though.
Oh, I have my moments. You know what I mean?
Primanti Brothers. You got to go to that Primanti Brothers.
Is that what they're known for in Pittsburgh? Pierogies?
It's a sandwich place. Primanti. But
I like pierogies.
Primanti Brothers is like fucking. It's like a pastrami sandwich, and they put the French fries on the sandwich.
Mm.
It's like a grinder, but they put French fries right on the sandwich. That's like a famous Pittsburgh thing.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be good.
Right on.
Get it on, you fuck. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for hating. I really appreciate it.
Possibly loving.
Yeah.
Thanks for your fucking totally unhinged threats.
Yeah, just to let you know, if we have haters, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Congrats on your retirement.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Way to go. Your career as a podcaster is over.
Illustrious.
Thank you for all your inspiration and all the.
It all started with a pair of Bose headphones. Right?
Oh. Yes, it did.
From Prince to Brez to nothing. Oh Jesus! I always have Darnell Mooney on fucking video games.
Anyway,
good times. Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it. If you
enjoy retirement, bro. Enjoy.
If you don't, hey, and if there's new listeners because of all the follow train shit, welcome to this.
Yes,
it's just another episode of
congratulations.
The Tailgate Show.
The bars.
The retirement party is on.
Get yourself a gold watch. This watch, I carry this uncomfortable hunk of metal in my ass. This watch.